Good day, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for being here. And today we're going to talk about the $1,000 stimulus check that Bernie Sanders is trying to include in this next stimulus package. Now, this is specifically for seniors, and he's trying to include it in the American Family Stimulus Plan. Specifically, we're going to cover potential payment dates and when experts think the next stimulus package will be approved, which would also mean that would be when the $1,000 stimulus check would be approved as well. Now, some experts think it could be as soon as November. Some think it could be December or January. Today, we're going to discuss all the details and what the most likely outcome is. So let's discuss the details in this video. But before we do, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I also have a second channel. So guys, do me a really huge favor, click on the link that's in the description of this video. Go ahead and subscribe to my second channel. I'm going to give away a stimulus check on that channel just as a thank you for supporting my work. Okay, so the $1,000 stimulus check. For those of you who don't know, just a quick recap. First of all, we all know that Bernie Sanders and President Biden promised to do a $200 per month stimulus for everyone on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA benefits. Well, that recently has not had much support. But what does have support now is a $1,000 stimulus check that Bernie Sanders proposed for seniors specifically to pay for Medicare. Now, as far as we know, it would be a $1,000 debit card that you could technically use on anything. But the way Bernie Sanders is kind of marketing it is saying it's for Medicare benefits to help you pay for vision, dental, and hearing care until Medicare is permanently expanded to cover those items. Now, you guys all know at this point that Bernie Sanders wants to expand Medicare to those who are 60 years, not 65 years old, allowing millions of Americans to qualify for Medicare, as well as expanding it to cover vision, dental, and hearing care. Now, the issue is that is going to take a couple of years to fully implement, which I know is pretty ridiculous. It shouldn't take a couple of years to expand Medicare, but we all know that's how our government works. So Bernie Sanders' reason for this $1,000 stimulus check is saying it would help seniors pay for their medical costs in the meantime until Medicare is fully expanded. So that's kind of his reason for this $1,000 stimulus check. Now, we're assuming if it's for everybody on Social Security, it's also going to apply to those on SSI, SSDI, and VA benefits as well. Now, we're unsure if you have to be on Medicare to qualify for this check. It kind of looks that way. But guys, if you're on SSI and you're not on Medicare, I will keep you updated as soon as we have more clarity as to whether or not you qualify for this $1,000 stimulus check if you're not on Medicare. We'll have to wait and see. But guys, a couple of things when it comes to Social Security before we talk about the $1,000 stimulus check payment dates. Of course, we're expecting a 6% COLA in 2022, but we're going to have the official announcement in about a week, so don't forget to subscribe. As soon as the official COLA increase is announced, I will be posting it on this channel. So again, subscribe. I'll keep you updated as soon as that is officially released. Now, we all know that the debt ceiling has been an issue for the last couple of weeks. It's been slowing down the stimulus package, and there was even worries that Social Security, Medicare, food stamps, and other programs could potentially be frozen if the debt ceiling crisis actually happened. Now, some experts said that wouldn't happen because technically Social Security has a trust fund. Other experts said, yes, there is a trust fund, but it could take a few months to really access those funds because we all know how slow our government works. So this could have been an issue. For now, the debt ceiling was extended until December 3rd. Basically, they got just enough budget to keep the payments going until about December 3rd, about $500 billion. Which is for the government at whole, not just for Social Security. $500 billion is to keep the government running for another 6 weeks or so. So for now, a temporary solution on the debt ceiling, but we're waiting for a permanent solution, which is going to have an impact on this next stimulus package. There is no doubt about it. This debt ceiling issue is delaying stimulus. And a lot of experts are saying that Democrat infighting is delaying the next stimulus package. This video is titled Congressional Infighting Delays Biden Agenda. And they're referring to the fact that because Democrats can't agree within their own party to do the stimulus package, things are getting delayed. Stimulus checks for seniors are delayed. Potentially permanently increasing Social Security benefits is delayed. And even a potential fourth round of nationwide stimulus checks is being delayed. Of course, we've talked about it at length, especially Bernie Sanders and Joe Manchin. These two are at war right now. Bernie Sanders wants to do a massive stimulus package, and Joe Manchin is trying to pare that back and potentially even take out the $1,000 stimulus check for seniors, Bernie Sanders isn't folding, neither is Joe Manchin, so this is really the crucial dynamic we're looking at right now. Who is going to win this battle, Bernie Sanders and the liberals, or Joe Manchin and conservative Democrats who don't want more stimulus check? But in any case, let's quickly watch this video clip. It's going to give a good overview of exactly what's happening now with the stimulus package and the debt ceiling crisis. Then we'll discuss exactly when we expect to have the next stimulus package approved, which again will most likely include the $1,000 stimulus check for seniors.
President Biden is facing one crisis after another in a week that could prove critical for his presidency and his legacy. As we come on the air, we're a little bit more than 24 hours before a potential government shutdown. And if Congress lets that happen, hundreds of thousands of federal employees could be furloughed and millions of Social Security payments could be threatened. Now, solving that could be easier than getting his two signature pieces of legislation passed, the infrastructure bill and his social safety net program. The total price tag is in the trillions of dollars and mean new tax hikes. And it is a few fellow Democrats who are standing in the way. The White House has gone into overdrive tonight to try and win last-minute support. Multiple meetings have been held with Senators Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema, who've balked at the enormous price tag. Now, getting all this done this week could be a very tall order. CBS's Chris Van Cleve is going to lead off our coverage tonight from the Capitol with that new information. Chris, what is happening? Good evening.
Nor to call the path forward an obstacle course might be understating how complicated this could be. Speaker Nancy Pelosi, after meeting with President Biden tonight, said she's going to move forward with that infrastructure vote, even though it's not clear if there will be enough votes to pass it. Republicans are pouncing, saying this is an example of Democrats in disarray.
But we should never, ever let the government shut down. That's simply unacceptable.
Senate Democrats are closing in on a deal tonight to fund the government through December 3rd and avoid furloughing hundreds of thousands of workers and impacting critical federal agencies during a pandemic, a measure aimed at garnering bipartisan support tomorrow.
Democrats don't want to shut down the government. Republicans don't want to shut down the government.
And with the Treasury running out of money to pay the government's bills, a possible economic default looms October 18th if Congress does not raise the federal debt limit.
This would literally be a default of stupidity by our colleagues on the other side of the aisle.
Tonight, the president is working the phones and twisting arms, hoping to save his legislative agenda ahead of next year's midterm elections.
We're obviously at a precarious and important time in these discussions.
Progressives are promising to sink Mr. Biden's key infrastructure bill tomorrow in the House if there's no deal on their priority, his massive $3.5 trillion social spending bill. Standing in the way are two Senate Democrats, Arizona's Kyrsten Sinema and West Virginia's Joe Manchin, whom the president has negotiated with numerous times in recent days.
I'm looking forward to having good negotiations in a good faith manner, okay?
And tonight, Senator Manchin is doubling down, calling the plan to spend trillions of dollars fiscal insanity. He says he is open to good faith negotiations, but he's making it clear there will not be an agreement before that infrastructure vote tomorrow. Nora?
Okay, so obviously at this point, most of you know that both stimulus packages have been delayed. The $1 trillion infrastructure stimulus bill, progressive Democrats are delaying that until they have a guarantee that the $3.5 trillion stimulus package is going to be approved as well. Now, when do we expect that to actually be approved? Well, we're currently in about the middle of October, and we now have kind of a new deadline of December 3rd for the debt ceiling crisis to be solved. Now, the debt ceiling is completely intertwined with stimulus, and I'll explain why. Right now, Republicans are trying to use the debt ceiling as leverage to make it harder for Democrats to approve their next stimulus package. And the way Republicans are trying to do this is by trying to force them to include it in their stimulus package. So Republicans, specifically Mitch McConnell, is trying to force Democrats to include the debt ceiling increase bill in the stimulus package, which would make it twofold: difficult to pass the stimulus package because it's just one more thing for Democrats to argue about, and secondly, Democrats can completely take the blame for raising the debt of the country, at which point Republicans can use that as ammunition to try and slam Democrats in the elections in 2022, take control of the House, take control of the Senate, and most likely take control of the White House in 2024. So this is the game that Republicans are currently playing. Now, don't get me wrong, Democrats play their games as well, but currently this is what Republicans are doing to try and force Democrats to use the stimulus package to approve the debt ceiling increase and then use that as ammunition to try and win the elections in 2022. Now, with that said, Mitch McConnell and Republicans did give Democrats a small deadline until about December 3rd to get this done. Now, what Democrats are actually trying to do is approve the stimulus package before then, because once the stimulus package is approved and done without the debt ceiling increase in it, Republicans will basically have no choice but to help Democrats approve the debt ceiling increase separately. And that's because at the end of the day, both sides are not going to let the country default on its payments, right? That's been pretty clear. Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer and everyone in between, they're not going to let the debt ceiling crisis actually happen. So once the stimulus package is approved and it's no longer an option, Republicans will pretty much have no option but to really help Democrats approve it, because their only other option is to let the country default on its payments, potentially freeze Social Security payments, and just the entire economy would go up in flames. Just America would look really bad when it comes to economics. It would be a complete disaster, and that is not going to happen. This is why most experts think that Democrats are going to finish the stimulus packages before December 3rd. So if you're wondering, hey, when is the stimulus package going to be approved, and when might they send $1,000 stimulus checks? Most likely it's going to be approved by December 3rd. That is the most likely outcome, because that has become a serious deadline for Democrats. Because if they don't approve the stimulus package before then, Republicans are still going to be able to try and force them to include the debt ceiling increase in that package. So currently, the most likely outcome is the stimulus package is approved sometime at the end of November. And the way Congress works, I'm pretty sure it's probably going to happen right before the deadline, sometime around December 1st or 2nd, which means if it's approved then, you'd probably be receiving your stimulus checks around Christmas, right? Because it usually takes a couple of weeks. So that'd be a nice little Christmas gift, a $1,000 stimulus check for seniors, hopefully for those on SSI and SSDI as well, not to mention VA benefits. But currently, that is the most likely outcome, guys. We are thinking these two stimulus packages will be approved sometime at the end of November or beginning of December. And then those stimulus checks would go out sometime in the next few weeks, hopefully before Christmas. Be a nice little Christmas gift, help you buy yourself a gift, pay off your bills, buy a nice dinner for your family, things like that. So again, that is not promised, but that is kind of the most likely outcome right now. We're hoping they're going to approve this before the debt ceiling deadline, which would then allow them to send this by Christmas. So guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Do you think a $1,000 stimulus check is enough? Do you think they should still do the $200 per month? Or are you just at this point happy with a $1,000 stimulus check if that gets done? Now, personally, I'll tell you my opinion. I would look at the $1,000 stimulus check as kind of a Band-Aid. Let's get the $1,000 stimulus check for seniors done. Then the next stimulus package should include a permanent increase in Social Security benefits. Now, we've been talking about this for quite a while. President Biden promised to increase Social Security benefits, increase SSI, and increase SSDI. Now, of course, this still has not come to fruition, but experts think that once these next two stimulus packages are done, 2022 is going to be the year of Social Security benefits. Experts think that the next stimulus package will include an increase in Social Security benefits. Now, on this channel, I've talked about it at length, so I won't go too deep on this video, but the average person who has low income could have an increase of $600 per month on their Social Security benefits. And the average person on SSI, if Biden keeps his promise, could see their monthly payment almost double. Now, this is because President Biden wants to make sure everyone on SSI, SSDI, and Social Security makes at least more than what the federal poverty level is. Currently, if you're on benefits, you know that a lot of you are forced to live in poverty because our government is not providing the funding that seniors and those who are disabled deserve. And I've said it multiple times on this channel. I think Social Security should have a 10% COLA adjustment for 10 years. Meaning in about 8 or 9 years, your payment would double just to bring you up to where you should be to live a retirement of dignity. Now, if you're on Social Security, you've most likely paid taxes your entire life. So why can't our government allow you to live in a retirement of dignity? Now, if you agree, let me know in the comments below. And guys, we should have a lot of updates the next couple of days as Democrats move closer to getting these two stimulus packages done and move one step closer to increasing Social Security benefits as well. So with that said, don't forget to subscribe and I will keep you posted on the next two stimulus packages, Social Security changes, and daily news updates as well. And guys, thank you so much for watching, and until the next video, take care and have a great day.